that's the reason I said no to the film the first time that Suresh offered it to me.
It's like, you should get out. I think I kept screaming over here.
Oh, I love Badhai though. My God, what a film. I think I enjoyed watching Alia Bhatt in Gangubai.
Hey guys, this is Manjari Mukherjee and you're watching me on Pop Diaries channel, and I am absolutely excited, thrilled, because I know you already know guys, but I have to tell you, I'm in conversation with my most favorite. She is a complete powerhouse of talent and she is stunning. I love her confidence. I love the way she just glamorizes the screen with all her roles, and she's none other than Vidya Balan. Ma'am,
You, Manjari, that's so sweet of you. Thank you.
you're absolutely, I don't know, I just have words to say, like inspiring, motivating, and my favorite. All true, all true, all true.
I'm flattered. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ma'am, firstly, I have to congratulate you. Jalsa, there's this thing that we have noticed when I watched Jalsa. I noticed that, through Jalsa, as a story, I realized how beautifully we have evolved as an industry, where today I see women characters that you play and Shifali ma'am plays, which is basically creating the content, it's driving the content itself. And, we never had those kind of films before, and now we have it. And I'm so, so proud as a woman myself today.
Right.
So firstly, I have to congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
Now, over to you. I want to know, it might not have been that easy for you to do Maya, because in a way, I have noticed that you do roles which are very much leaning towards a positive side of life. And they are giving out a very positively strong message for a woman. And while Maya is very strong in herself, I just feel that it's very complex, even from all the roles we've done. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the reason I said no to the film the first time that Suresh offered it to me. I loved the script and I said, oh my God, I'd love to watch it as an audience, but I don't know whether I have the guts to play Maya. But what happened, Manjari, is that the pandemic happened, and I think it just changed the way we looked at ourselves, we looked at the world around us, we understood ourselves, and I realized that right or wrong is a matter of perspective. What's right for you may not be right for me.
True, very true.
So and I think therefore then I had empathy for Maya. And I knew something had changed within me intrinsically. And I called Suresh and I said, I want to reread Jalsa. And thankfully he had not cast anyone. He hadn't approached another actor for that. So I reread it and I said, okay, I'm ready to do it. Because now I had empathy for her, and I have to have empathy for any character that I'm playing. That's very important.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't say that it's just, Maya is a very aloof person. So you don't know what she's thinking. You don't know why she's doing what she's doing. It's very difficult to read her, right? And these sort of people are normally a bit intimidating.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not easy to connect with someone like that. And then when she does something that she's not necessarily proud of, you don't instantly have empathy for her because of the kind of person she is. So I don't think, it's not positive, but the fact is that it's human.
Absolutely.
All of us, who knows how any of us would behave if we were put in a situation like that. Though I hope no one is ever in a situation like that. But who is to say that we won't behave like Maya? You'll only know when you yourself are in that situation, right?
Absolutely. And I think that was the very point which became very complex even as an audience. I was not related to the story. I was a third person watching in Maya's life.
Right.
And the only thing I could think was, I know I can't justify her actions, but somehow I couldn't even think about the other ways that she could have reacted in that situation.
Oh, that's such a beautiful compliment. Thank you.
Exactly.
I think Yeah, because that's the point of the film, Manjari. I think you realize that, um, though we weren't trying to make any point, I think Suresh's lens is an observatory one, right? He's trying to observe the world, so there is no judgment attached to it. But I think he's trying to say that it's very difficult to judge anyone or their actions. And I may not understand why she did what she did, but you still you realize that you may not always understand why a person behaves the way they do, and that's absolutely okay.
Absolutely. Ma'am, there was one thing I was very curious about. You were also playing the role of a journalist. You were enacting a journalist. And, there was this morality code that you were fighting for. From the start, we saw the way you were fighting for it. And you stood your ground for it. I was curious if there was ever an inspiration for you, while you were trying to imbibe yourself in the role of a journalist.
No, not at all. But I have had enough interactions with journalists over these years, but they've largely been entertainment journalists. I've also had a few brushes with the news journalists. And I think more importantly, I watch the news. Therefore, I also know, though you don't know the workings of a newsroom, right?
Yes.
But you at least have a certain sense. I think all of that, watching various journalists, people I look up to, people who are credible voices in the media, people who I feel like, oh, if this person is saying this, there must be some truth to it. It's a balanced point of view. I think that sort of journalist is who Maya is. So I don't think I thought of any one particular journalist, but there must be a mishmash of various influences I've had over the years.
So ma'am, moving on. As I told you, I have noticed that you have been doing roles, okay, like Tumhari Sullu, Shade Me. These roles are something very realistically portrayed. Like, I know I will find a Sulu, I know I will find a Shade Me, I know I will find a Maya as well. So, I am just kind of a little intrigued to know, what does these characters have an impact on Vidya Balan, the personality herself?
I think every role touches you in some way. It leaves behind some traces. It sometimes empowers you, it sometimes heals you, but it always does something to the actor. And I think all these roles have, every role I've played has left not only an impression on me, but has left a part of themselves in me even after the film is long over. Because you've lived that person's life, right? So it's impossible not to have that kind of, for the role not to have that kind of effect on you. Yeah, I think every character leaves you with something. Maya leaves me with the realization that, each of us is human and each of us has our vulnerabilities. And no matter how strong we seem, or, no matter, even if you're a superwoman, at the end of the day, you're human.
Absolutely. I think that is exactly how I felt when I was watching the film.
Wow.
And I think in a way, ma'am, the way how you portray the characters, I can't stop telling you, it's just so much with finesse. I don't see Vidya Balan, I only see that character in it.
Wow.
Just
Thank you.
Because I connect to that character. When you were driving the car, I felt like, you should get out. I think I kept screaming over here.
So sweet, thank you.
Did connect to it. Okay. There's always a process of learning and unlearning, as you said, through every journey. From Jalsa, what was that learning or unlearning that you have found?
I think the biggest learning I've had in doing Jalsa is that we don't know how we will react until we ourselves are in that situation. So it's pointless to judge. It's pointless to say, oh no, but she should have done this, or he should have done this, or I would have never done. Who knows?
Absolutely.
I think that's the biggest, that's why I feel it's been humbling for me to play Maya Menon.
And I think that just justifies what you've unlearned as well. Like not
Yeah,
quick to judge. So I
yeah,
come.
absolutely. And unknowingly we all judge, Manjari. We all feel like, today, of course, there are armchair activists. Everyone is an armchair activist, unfortunately. And we all have a point of view which is most often not even our own point of view. It's all borrowed. And then we are wanting to pronounce judgments and be the judge, jury, executioner without even knowing, without even giving the other person the benefit of the doubt. We're ready to tear people to shreds, especially in this world. I think this realization has been huge for me.
Wow.
I've begun to observe ways in which I unconsciously judge people.
I think I also do it, and I keep stopping myself again and again from doing it. So yeah, I completely relate to that part. And this is such a nice thing to say. I mean, this is what we've learned. I have learned this from you today in this interview. So I'm taking this with me.
You're very kind. Thank you.
Ma'am, as an actress in the industry, you've told everyone, who's there to listen, who's there to watch, about your stories of, getting through the industry, getting your chances, missing some of those chances as well for various kind of reasons. And you have faced your own struggles, which have been quite large. I just want to know, as a woman from then to now, how do you feel being in the industry and being a part of it? How do you feel the industry has evolved for women itself?
I feel the world has evolved vis-a-vis women because women are evolving, at a much faster pace than we have over time. I think this evolution has come to a head at this point in time. Like it's really that evolution, because everyone, as human beings, we've evolved over time, right? But the evolution is now finding expression. I think therefore cinema is also reflecting that. When I say cinema, I also mean all sorts of, even your long format on OTT platforms.
True.
And not just films. It's such a great time for the entertainment industry. And I do think things have gotten more and more and more professional. So I believe that it's a great time to be an actor, and it's an even greater time to be a female actor. I feel that also women probably feel safer today than they did a few years ago.
Definitely.
When I have conversations with people have begun to tell me that no, now it's a lot more professional. Like I have chats with young actors, and that's very good to hear. So overall, I think we are evolving in the right direction.
Absolutely.
We are moving in the right direction.
I completely agree with you on that. Ma'am, you and Shifali ma'am, I have asked her as well, but I wanted to know your point. You both have had so much of experience in the industry, so much of experience. There's this, we put out tags. It is so easy, as you said, it is so easy to tear someone to shreds, and put labels on them and categorize them into boxes. The biggest box that comes, which people say that this is not that bad, is comeback. People keep throwing that out without any regards to what that other person is going to feel. As an actor yourself, what do you have to say about that one tag? Because seriously,
you can only have a comeback when you've had a long break. And I think therefore it's quite pointless, because I have heard this term being used very loosely. And, for lack of awareness, I think a lot of terms are used very loosely in interviews. But I think we have to realize that the people we are interviewing are also individuals, are also human beings with feelings. And we can't just use convenient terms. If someone has come back after a break, it's fine. But there are some people, there are some actors who work only a little, who do work maybe, I don't know, it's for them work is sporadic. So there's no question of a comeback. You have to see it in the context of that particular person's career situation.
True, very true. And I basically wanted to pick this up because there has been a very loose, people have been using it quite a long time, for many various actors who've just gone for a short while, they've come back with other projects and it's been used. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, even I remember watching an interview of a female actor after she got married. And maybe she had a release after, who is this? I'm not able to remember. She had a release after a year or something and they used the term comeback. And I was like, how can it be a comeback? She got married. So it's not like she disappeared for 10 years. She got married and then she was working on this film and now this film is released. I can't remember who it was. I remember being stunned by that. It's ridiculous.
Well, that is exactly why I asked you, because this is more loosely used for women because they get married, motherhood, and etc. And suddenly it's a comeback for everybody.
Right.
Ma'am, I'm going to play a very small quiz with you because
sure.
I feel like I should be playing at least something with you.
Right.
Okay. One genre that you love and one you never want to try.
Horror is something I never want to try because I can't watch horror. That ugly horror, like where you have, I can't watch all that. So I can't do it. But I love comedy.
I love comedy. It's a go-to genre for everyone, but it is difficult. It's very difficult.
Oh, comedy is a very difficult genre, and I realized that when we were doing Tumhari Sulu, though it was not an out-and-out comedy, it still had, it was the first time that I was trying my hand at something like that, but it was great fun also.
Okay, over to the next one. One movie that's recently moved you as a person or an actor.
Wow. I think I enjoyed watching Alia Bhatt in Gangubai because she seemed like she was liked to me in every frame. I think the film was her.
Exactly.
So I enjoyed watching her in Gangubai. As far as the film is concerned, I love Badhai Do. My God, what a film. I loved it so much that I was telling, Raj and Bhumi that I wish they re-released it in the theatres. But I'm glad at least people will get to watch it for a long time because it's on some platform.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Your latest favorite actor or actress?
My latest favorite actor or actress?
Yes.
There's no latest really. But actually, let me talk about Surya, who plays Ayush in Jalsa. I think he's just amazing, He seemed like a seasoned actor to me. I would joke with him sometimes and say that don't lie to me saying this is your first film. I know you've been working in Hollywood because he lives in America. And he would just laugh, but he's so good. And there's Vidhatri Bandi, who plays Rohini in Jalsa, who also is a fantastic find.
Absolutely. I think I found the whole cast absolutely intriguing and very well performing, in all their characters. Okay, the last one. Because you've already worked with so many, but I still want to know one director and one actor that is still on your wish list.
One actor who's been on my wish list forever is Sean Penn. Absolutely loved him. I love to work with him. And a director I'd love to work with is Woody Allen.
Oh my God, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that is exactly what I can expect from you, ma'am. Seriously. Ma'am, thank you so much for being so warm. I think it is that smile of yours which has completely left me more in awe of you. And I really, really love you. That's all I can say to conclude what I feel for you. So
Thank you, Manjari, and God bless you.
yes,
And you
and I
are lovely.
thank you.
And you're so giving. Thank you. You made me feel so good today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's exactly
Thank
what I
you.
feel once I watch you on screen. So please, please, please keep giving us movies.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.